economy now is in shambles.
Yes.
When you look at employment opportunities are not there. We are churning out very many students from university who are graduating, and we were not able to absorb them.
Parents of 21st century believe that the only thing they can give their children is education, and truly education is the only weapon they can use to fight poverty, which has been hunting them over centuries. The parents are ready to sell all what they have, be it a livestock or a piece of land, to make sure their children receive better and quality education in the country. This quality education can be achieved through commitment and perseverance in universities and colleges, which are the highest level of educations in the country. Some parents tend to pressure their children to pursue a certain course because of its market capability, despite the child having no interest in that certain course. This tendency of parents deciding what a child should pursue in higher learning institution has a lot of great impact on the student when it comes to graduation. This makes the student not to concentrate in school and end up with little or no knowledge of what he or she studied after graduation.
Felix, I graduated from Technical University of Kenya. Graduated last year. Bachelor's of Commerce, that is BCom. Life is tough here. It doesn't meet my expectations that I get a job immediately after school, because since I left school, I've not gotten any job related to my course. I've been just hustling out here from one job to another.
Many of these graduates find themselves back in school pursuing a different course of their interest, but only if their parents accept to support them. Graduates who are thirsty for education and whose parents are financially unstable chooses to go to urban centers to try their luck to see if they can get a job to raise some money to cater for their fees back in school.
My name is Michael Muthe, and I was a student at the Technical University of Mombasa from 2007 when I joined my first year, and I was supposed to complete in 2010. So just before the graduation, they normally give a booklet with the names of those who are supposed to be graduating, and to my surprise, my name was not there. And so I went to the department offices to confirm why my name was not on the booklet, and I was told that my name was removed because of a fee balance that I had of about 20,000, I can't remember what, and I also had a missing missing marks for one unit. So yes, people graduated without me being there, and so after my classmates graduated, I decided to look for the particular lecturer as well as clear my fee balance so that I can maybe graduate to the next class. But unfortunately, when I was looking for the lec, he could not help me, and I kept on calling, texting him, paying him a visit to his office, but all were falling to dead ears. So the lecturer stated clearly that he was not in a position to kill my grade, and I had to go back to second year and retake the unit. So that meant that I should pay full school fees for second year so that I can retake the particular unit. So by that time, my parents were very, very financially unstable. Actually, my father was bedridden, so I had to go back home. I am the firstborn, and I could not sit at home, so I decided to look for a job, at least nipate to pesa raise school fees. And that how again the next class passed me, so I did not graduate again with the class that was behind us. Anyway, after 5 years I struggled. I went back to school, and I graduated in 2015. Yeah.
It's not all graduates who get it wrong. There are lucky ones referred by society as the chosen ones, who immediately after graduation are absorbed by the industry. But for you to get absorbed by the market, you have to show greatest skills in that certain sector, and of course, you should have connection, the thing referred by many graduates as the corruption of the highest order. Many of these graduates claim that the cause of unemployment in Kenya is corruption in the market sector and education system, which they call it is so poor. Some graduates, and more so the talented ones, are flooded in urban centers in search of job and end up failing to be absorbed in the market due to lack of what they call bribe. My name is Kimani Mutwa. I was in KCA University. I graduated last year. I was doing accounting. Let me tell you, life after graduation, it's not easy. I've been through it, and I can tell you for sure, life is not easy after graduation. You know, when you are in school, you think after graduation you are going to get a job, you will be having a lot of money, but it's totally opposite of that. After I graduated last year, I tarmacked for several months without a job, and I had to go back home. You know, in Nairobi, everything is money. I had to go back home to try to convince my parents if they can support me to continue living in Nairobi while I'm looking for a job. But my parents couldn't accept that, because they are saying, we have educated you. You should have come up with something which you can put a bread on your table. But I decided not to quarrel with my parents. So I went back to Nairobi, looked for a certain job, and fortunately I got a job in a certain kibanda where I'm paid 400 per day, and that money usually keeps me going. That's where I get my rent from. You know, after graduation, after you are through with school, your parents obviously cannot continue supporting you. They say we have educated you, so it's upon you. If you want to stay in Nairobi, just look for a job. graduates of common citizen in the country are the ones who suffer greatly due to lack of what they call connection and a bribe. These graduates end up undertaking any kind of work they happen to come across. It's not funny to find an information technology graduate turning to a shoemaker or an accountant working in a retail shop in the name of looking for something at the end of the day to put on the table. Back in 2021, the education system in the country was changed by the Jubilee administration from 844 to CBC because it was blamed for producing highest number of unemployment graduates in the country. With all the efforts by the government to address the unemployment among the graduates, things are getting worse as more and more graduates are being poured to the market each year. Approximately more than 50,000 students graduate each year across the country, joining other 100,000 in the urban center with no job. With this kind of devastating economy, analysts in the country are calling on Kenyan government to come up with a mechanism to address unemployment, if not so, the urban centers to continue being flooded with the graduates who have no jobs, hence increasing the crime cases in the towns. Most of the students who graduate tend to go back to be with their parents as they await for a job to avail itself. They find themselves in conflict with their parents because most of these parents believe that once they have educated their children, they should get out and look for a job and not to come back home. Graduates who find themselves in this kind of toxic relationship with their parents due to damaged economy in the country and lack of unemployment end up leaving their home to big cities to try their luck. These kind of decisions make some of them end up living in miserable life as they rent in slums due to lack of enough money to rent home which is in good condition.
One thing I've come to conclude is that it is better to equip yourself with a skill rather than just theoretical knowledge, like maybe learning a skill on coding, or maybe construction, or so I came to decide that I'll go back to school. Right now I'm 1 month old in school, trying to learn a computer related course, that is IT, because I want to develop a skill I can work on independently rather than depending on employment or such. Fortunately, I have supportive parents because I cannot really say that they support me 100%, but I chose to support myself in the new journey. But wherever I'm not possible, they usually chip in and support me financially through advice. So I'm fortunate to have such a parent. Students who are pursuing the same course to first of all not to be discouraged from pursuing the same, because one, different people have different destinies. You never know whether you get a chance out there to be employed in the same field. So may they give their best, but my really honest advice is that if someone is in a position to add to themselves a different skill, can they kindly just do so? like they learn a new skill, maybe coding, maybe a construction skill, maybe, yeah, but they add on to the course a different skill, because that way it is better and it is more promising than just having the knowledge of the course alone. Out there the market is crowded, there's a lot of corruption, a lot of connection, so if that doesn't fall and to your favor, then you might really be disadvantaged. Yeah.
Kwa majina anaitwa Yator Kipto na nilifanya Bachelor of Engineering Moi University. Niligraduate last year but 1 December, so nimekuwa kwa market for 1.5 years. After niligraduate niliingia kwa market, nikatafuta kazi, lakini kazi nilipata si kazi ya mambo na engineering, nilipata very different work. Niliweza kupata kazi ya printing, of which nimekuwa nikifanya but hailipi sana. Vile niligraduate sasa nikakosa kazi ya engineering, so I had to go for other courses, like nikafanya accounting packages, nikafanya zote nikamaliza, nikaenda nikamaliza driving, lakini bado kazi haiko. Unajua, kusema ukweli, nimekuwa nikituma more applications, na attend interviews, na peleka my everything, niko na details kila kitu, lakini unajua we are living in a very competitive world yenye walio nacho ndo wanabaki nacho na wasio nacho wanakosa. So ndo upate hiyo kazi unataka connections. Sisi watu wa kutoka kwa backgrounds, then you find it hard kupata kazi kama hizo. After graduate nilienda nyumbani nikakaa kama miezi 2 hivi, lakini ukapata sasa mzazi alikusomesha uwezi kaa hapo. Sasa ilibidi nirudi tena Nairobi, nianze kutafuta kazi. Sasa hivi naishi Roysambu karibu na car wash. Sasa hii actually kazi yenye nilipa kwa leo ni car wash, after niliacha printing nikiona ilipi, of which car wash pia ilipi sana, lakini nilipa. Unajua, kusema ukweli, katika familia nyingi mtu anapofikisha umri wa miaka 18 hapaswi kusaidiwa. Sasa mimi niliweza kusaidiwa, nikasoma chuo kikuu. Unaona, sasa mzazi hawezi kusaidia tena after kumaliza shule. In case nipate kazi nyingine yenye nalipa kuliko hii, I'll go for that one. Unajua, kazi ni kazi. Nikipata hata kazi ya kuchimba choo, kazi ya yoyote ile tu, I'll go for it kwa sababu inanilipa. Kulingana na mimi, naona nikifanya hii kazi kwa miezi kadhaa, nipate capital, nifungue biashara zangu, Mungu akinisaidia, nifungue more branches niweze kujikimu. Wenye niligraduate na wao wengine walienda wakafungua biashara, wengine wakapiga connection na wazazi wao wakaingia kwa kazi zingine. Hata kuna rafiki yangu anaitwa Ali, alienda kusomea, alianza kuanzisha kazi ya taxi. Hata sasa anafanya kazi ya taxi hapa kwa njia. Na pia kuna marafiki wengine wenye tulisoma na wao, pia Mungu aliwasaidia wakapata kazi kama hiyo. Sasa hivi walipata kazi ya kosi ya kusomea. Lakini bado sisi tunangojea tu Mungu atusaidie tupate kazi, ama pia tupate kazi ya iko senye tukisomea tuweze kujikimu kimahitaji. Kusema kweli, mimi nitaweza kuwapea ushauri waweze kutia bidii, wamalize kenye kiliwapeleka shule kwanza, waingie kwa market. Wakipata kazi ni sawa, lakini wakikosa ni sawa. Si kila siku ni Sunday. Wenye wanafanya hii course naweza advise waendelee kufanya, waweze kumaliza kwanza, waingie kwa market. Mungu akiwasaidia wapate kazi ni sawa, wasipopata kazi find other sources of money, wajikimu kimahitaji. Si unajua si kila siku ni Sunday bwana.
Acquisition of this basic need is turning to be a frustrating need that majority of the graduates and the parents are now counting to be a wasteful investment at the end. Finding of alternative money generating opportunities ranging from the hard labor work to small diminishing business opportunity has only provided the graduates with small cash that is able to accommodate only a small number of basic life needs. Long time tamarking in search of employment opportunities with numerous visits to government doors has ended up in frustration when corruption takes over. Education, which seemed to be a door out of poverty for majority of the people, is slowly turning to be an empty investment when the graduates turn back home with the prolonged stays, having nothing to do. The various government attempts to have the unemployment cases erased out have gone unrewarded.